If two things look and feel exactly the same, how do you know which one is authentic and which one is the imitation? And in the end, does it really matter? Hey guys! Today we are looking at Fire Color 1 by Jenny Valentine. Thank goodness embodied hand. Now, this is a YA novel that is totally unique in its plot, both in terms of coming up with a new story and also not relying on the traditional tropes of YA novels. There's no romance. There's no funny sidekick. Without a doubt, it is completely unique. Iris is a pyromaniac, which right away you know is going to be a great premise for a YA novel. Her self-centered mother has done everything to ensure that Iris knows she was abandoned by her father, who supposedly wants nothing to do with her. But when Dad calls up, saying he's dying and wanting to see Iris one more time, all her mother can see is money, big time. And soon Iris finds herself in the middle of yet another web spun by her mother, finding compassion in Ernest, a man who she always assumed abandoned her. Not only that, he is a great dad, and all too soon he'll be gone. Now, Ernest has a massive art collection, the type that would make the National Gallery drool with envy, which is exactly what you don't want a teenage pyromaniac to be around. The story revolves around fakes, phonies, counterfeit artwork, and false people. But the thing about fakes is most people don't know which is a genuine article and which is a counterfeit. Iris knows her mother's bad news, but how do you judge someone like her dad, who will literally only be in her life a few weeks longer? When Ernest smiled, the creases on his face stacked like tiles in his showroom, like pieces of a puzzle. How many times do you have to smile to carve such deep lines in your cheeks? 10,000? 1,000,000? If a person spends 20 years of their life asleep, how many weeks of it do they spend smiling? While Iris's mother sees wrinkles as something to be feared, for her father it is a sign of a life well lived. For Iris herself, having to live mostly with her mother means her struggle is finding someone genuine rather than phony and fake. At the opening of the story, she can find a genuine connection in one of two ways: through her best friend, Thurston, or in the feeling she gets through her pyromania. And in the few short weeks she spends with her father, she weighs up a possible third option to find out if her father is the real deal or not. For us in the real world, it is always a challenge to figure out who is the real deal in our own lives, and who are the counterfeit people we need to be wary of. Very often, as Iris discovers, that judgment is a process that occurs only if people are allowed to unfold at their own pace. And sometimes it's the things we always assumed were the real deal that are exactly the counterfeits which passed under our noses for such a long time. What are some of your best ways to measure if people are genuine or not? Have you ever gotten this wrong? Tell me about it in comments. Lit Cafe is created by Aegis Productions, edited by Liliana Constantine, and filmed in the UK's very own Artworks Elephant in South London. I'm Athena. Feel free to follow me on Twitter to keep up with all of our other work. Remember, it's a brave new world out there every day. We'll see you next time on Lit Cafe.